This video answers the question, how do you find all the data that IRSA has for your target? The easiest way to do that is to put in your target in this box on the IRSA homepage, and we'll come back with a list of all of the data sets at IRSA that cover that part of the sky. This table is a Firefly table, which means it's searchable, sortable, filterable. If you put in this, you can filter it down. So if you're just interested in SOFIA data, you can filter it down so it's just SOFIA data. If you want to sort this by mission so that you just have the list sorted by mission type, you can get that. Or you can filter this down so it's just images. Works really well. If you click on this, it will launch the corresponding tool with those data loaded in. That's the short answer. But let's talk about how to do this in a more complicated way. If you go to IRSA Viewer and load a HIPS image, I'm going to put in M16 and a degree field of view and get the Herschel PAX HIPS image. Now, the power of HIPS images is that they are dynamically adapting resolution. So that if I zoom in, it adapts the resolution, but it's Herschel data, so there's not infinite resolution. If I zoom out, you can see that it's adapting the resolution to what it needs, right? But you can also see that it runs out of Herschel data. The Herschel data doesn't cover the whole sky. Something called MOCs, multi-order coverage maps, are a data product that is built on the same kind of cell framework that HIPS images are, that tell you where there's data and where there's not. So for context, let's put the Herschel PAX MOC over this. So you can see the MOC is telling you there's no Herschel data out here, but there is Herschel data in here. For figuring out where there's data, this works pretty well. If you have your own MOC, you can load it in, or you can load it from the web. But, you can also, for example, look and see, were there any Sloan data for M16? The Sloan MOCs take a little while to load because it's big and complicated, but you can see the Sloan data, the closest Sloan data is over here. So no, there's no Sloan data that covers M16. So let's go add another MOC. Let's see. Should we look and see if there's Pan-STARRS data? Add MOC. Sure looks like there might be Pan-STARRS data. Yep, I think there is Pan-STARRS data. So that's another way you can use to see if there are data that you want. You can start applying MOC layers to see if there's data coverage for things that you want. Now, another way to do it uses the new Data Collection Explorer tool. So within the Data Collection Explorer, if you choose a data set that has whole sky coverage, you just get the whole sky because anywhere you click, there's going to be data. But if you pick something that has smaller coverage, if you click on that, you can see there's little footprints for all of the regions covered by that data. If you pick something like MSX, which covers the galactic plane, you'll see it's giving you the MOC that represents where that data exists. So the IRIS processing is all sky, but IRAS MEGA is just part of the galactic plane. And you can also get really complicated things like this data product. It's going to take a little while to render. Now you see why it took a little while. Lots and lots of footprints because it's images of a whole bunch of galaxies. So you see why it took a little while to render the MOC. There's little footprints all over the place. But you can also get programs like this, where it's just one portion of the sky, or things like this, where, again, it's just one portion of the sky. So right now, we only have a fraction of our imaging data sets available within DCE. But eventually, we'll have everything in DCE. And this is another way to explore what the data coverage is, because this will tell you. It tells you where on the sky each of these data products are available. But really, the fastest thing to do is from the IRSA front page, put in your object and see what data sets there are that cover that region. If you're a solar system observer, things get a little bit more complicated, and there's separate movies on that.